Welcome or welcome back to Likewise Pod. We are so stoked for another week.
The last couple weeks of minisodes were so much fun talking about dreams and character development. Yeah, sorry, Sam, I stole your idea and did a little bit. So maybe that's not much character development for me. Theft. Um, but we are so excited to dive into the first episode of February today. And if you saw the title, this is our little meet cute. We're reintroducing ourselves, or if this is your first time listening, introducing ourselves. And we're excited for that because after this, spoiler, Make of Love is coming next. And well, I guess next, because we forgot that we have another episode coming out after this, just regular. But that'll be cute. That'll be fun. And just February is gonna be so cute and fun all around. Yeah, I can't wait. I love the monthly themes.
Yeah, we really thrive with our little themes, and especially February, just month of love. We love love, and Week of Love. Honestly, okay, so last year, Week of Love is like after it ended and we moved on, like March was our first month with like monthly themes. It was like the first time we introduced it ever. And it's because we were like, wow, Week of Love was so fun. Like we loved having a theme. And so then we were like, let's just theme every month of content because we just loved it that much. So it's like, wow, it's so full circle now. We're back to the month that inspired us to do themes. And we kind of like weren't thinking about it because like Week of Love feels like it's the theme for February because it's our big thing. But we're like, wow, we literally have three like regular episodes outside of Week of Love still in the month. So yeah, that's wild. So we still like need a theme that's not just love. So
Yes. Oh my gosh, no, literally so good. Um, perfect match. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. But of course, we are getting way ahead of ourselves and haven't even really started the episode yet. So before we get into all of it, we're going to start, as we always do, with our very fitting roses and thorns. So Sam, you want to start us off?
it is so fitting. My thorns, I'll keep it short. I currently have really bad cramps, so I'm going to try to be lively, but if if I'm low energy this episode, I think that's why. And then just random sickness as usual, allergic reactions as usual, you know, all the good stuff. Well, the not good stuff. And then my roses that we got are proof copies for our book that comes out in 2 weeks. And yeah, crazy. Um, and they're so great. We barely had to fix anything. Like for a couple days before we got them, I was convinced that like something was gonna be so messed up with the like full wrap for the cover and that it was gonna be atrocious or that like the quality of it printing would be terrible. Like I was like, what if our like kind of grainy background or like of the whole thing looks terrible and we have to just like change everything. I was just like anticipating the worst. And then they came and they look gorgeous and they actually print so high quality. So that's really great. So yeah, really excited for the book and just to be able to hold it and all that stuff. Yeah, those are mine.
Oh no, I'm so excited. Okay, not to get ahead of myself, but no, the proofs came in. How did I forget about that rose? Like all the stuff has been coming to my house. I'm like, oh my God, so excited, like for PR and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it's like, wow, this is becoming so real. And honestly, Sam, we did ourselves so, what's the opposite of dirty? Clean. We did ourselves so clean with like our timeline and wanting to be very hands off for like the month before release just because we knew that stuff would come up with the book. And so, oh my gosh, guys, pro tip, obviously from two pros, publishing pros, um get have everything done the month before release because stuff is going to come up. So obviously you're still going to be doing stuff, but if you have it in your mind that you're going to have everything done, then like that whole month before kind of lax, not gonna lie. I say that now, and we still have 2 weeks, so I don't know, something might happen.
Right. It's like it's lax, and we could have done like even more. Like we could have had, formatting and just like all the KDP stuff done like earlier to where like we could have just ordered the author copies a while ago too to where we'd have them before. But our actual like writing and editing timeline was a little longer than we thought for a minute. Um, but it still has been like super relaxed and I honestly do not care that we're gonna have our author copies like come after release date. Like I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it happens to everyone. And also like can never rely too much on the speed of KDP in Amazon. So
Yeah, true. Also, so funny that you got your proof before I did.
I think it's because like I know I thought it was weird that they did them different. So like I had to request them separately because when you like request one, it's like it puts it through this weird order thing. So like I requested mine and like completed the order with that and then I requested yours right after. And what happens is like they process it and you get like a link within however much time, like I think it's like up to like 4 hours to then go through and complete your order. And you have like 12 hours or 24 hours to complete the order. And so I submitted them before I went to bed, and then in the morning checked out the orders on Amazon, one after the other. And it was so funny. Like I did mine and it was like arriving Tuesday. And then I did yours and it was like arriving Wednesday. And I was like, huh, really
That's
random.
dirty of them.
And I don't know if it's because they print in Illinois and I'm just so close to there too. But
Wait, T. I think mine said, I'm pretty sure mine said printed in Las Vegas.
oh, whoa. Okay, mine always I haven't looked at mine, but I know all my other like copies were printed in Illinois.
Drama. Oh my gosh. Wait, shoot, mine's like so far away.
Yeah.
Um, no, I was like, what the heck? It's crazy. No, but that was so fun. I can't believe I didn't put that in my rose. I should have. But yeah, so my thorn is that I am also feeling a little sicky. Um, and so live, laugh, love. I did not go to my soccer game tonight because I'm feeling a little sick and ugh, so annoying. Also, I just ate some salmon, and guys, I love salmon, but like right before we start, like right before we called, I was like, oh no, because my stomach felt like it was starting to turn, and I was like, I kind of want to vomit right now. Like it was so bad. I was like, oh no, oh no. I was like, I'm supposed to get on this call. Anyways, sorry for the uh uh imagery. Shoot, I forgot the word for it. That's so crazy. Bad author, bad vocabulary. But my rose, yes, the proofs, and oh my gosh, also guys, the bookmarks came today. They're so cute. Obsessed. Yeah, so all the stuff coming to my house, seeing it all, like it's becoming so real. And then I'm going to Arizona again on Monday. LOL. And then stop. My biggest rose, I got a save the date for a friend's wedding. It's happening in November and I cannot wait. So my 2025 bingo card is, starting to come true. So I live that love.
Uh, I need to print my bingo card out so that I remember to like cross things off and like see it and remember to do things because I have not been thinking of it recently.
Yeah, I need to print mine out, but I also want to make like one of like the cute one. I don't know if you saw them on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, but like I saw the ones of like people of like girls like writing on like poster paper and like making their bingo cards like that with like paint pens and stuff. Like, oh wait, that's so cute. So I want to do that too. I just want all the bingo cards.
I'll just have like 5 different versions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey. Our February theme, again, it is match made in heaven. So cute. And the graphic is so cute. Sam, I was dying when I saw it. I was like, no way. No way. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I've missed the monthly themes all this one month that we didn't have it, but it still worked out.
Yes. No, me too. And just getting to design something again was like fun. I mean, yes, we've been designing a bunch of stuff for like book stuff, but like getting
But not for that.
back into like, just fun, random, like likewise stuff that can kind of be whatever we want. Throwback to original likewise, whatever what wow, I can't even say whatever we want. Like that is really hard for my mouth now. Um, but yeah, for everyone new here, that's what we used to say in our intro. Um, but it's just fun to like just play and make a fun design and the theme also extra fun because if you read our book that, we keep talking about that comes out in 2 weeks, um, if you read our book, it kind of almost like connects to our book too. So like it just feels very relevant. And also just like with what we do every February, I say as if we've done it more than one time and now two, but with like Week of Love and stuff and making new friends and all those things, I feel like it's just like sometimes it's the first time we click with like new author friends we make. Like we talk to them like face to face for the first time and just like uncover these new friendships and it's kind of the feeling we have after that every time like we record. It's like, oh, match made in heaven. Like we love our guests and we love our friends and that's just like the energy we want all month. So, yeah.
Yes. I'm so excited for this year's lineup. That'll be coming to you soon.
Mm.
Um, did we maybe we announced it like super early last year? I don't know. Because like we never did it before, and so we're like, we want people to get excited. And we're like coming off the high of Podmas and doing this. But yeah. Wow, now we've done everything twice.
Yeah.
But by everything I mean Podmas and Week of Love.
Yeah.
So funny. But yeah, I'm really excited because we do have some repeat guests. But we also have some people that we've never talked to like before. I mean, talked to like over more than just DMs, like a call or even in person. So yeah, we're so excited. It's gonna be so good. The conversations have been so fun so far. Oh my gosh, literally, I'm like just absolutely beside myself with the conversations we've had and like being able to pick people's brains. Like that's still my favorite part of doing this is like the interviews.
Yeah.
Well, always my favorites because I'm just like, why? Like, what makes you you? Like, what makes you like just love life? And so it's so fun that we have this outlet to do that. And I can't wait for you guys to hear them.
Mhm. Because like we do like ask them a lot of the same questions and they're all so different in how they answer, which is just amazing, which obviously you could predict that, but um it's just really we get something so new from everyone every single time. So it's just very exciting and we are such fangirls of all of them. So yes. Uh
But spoiler, we will go into more detail next week. So tune in then for all things Week of Love before Week of Love. Um, so this week again, this is our little meet cute from us to you. And just to like have this time to like talk about I really don't know what we're talking about today, not gonna lie.
just, just ourselves. It's like it feels like a catch up. I don't know, like we have like an intro episode that I cringe every time I imagine somebody finding us for the first time and then just being like, I'm gonna listen to their first episode, like the introduction episode, and it being us in 2020. And I've gone back and listened to it. It's not bad, but like we're just, I mean, we're very the same, but we're also very different. And we're a lot older. We're in different stages of our lives than we were then by a long shot. Like it's just very different. Like we were sophomores in college.
Oh my gosh, stop. I'm half a decade older. Ugh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And like this spring will be like 3 years from when we graduated college, And so it's like we're just not. like anything we said about ourselves of like this is me, like these are my interests in this. A lot of that stuff could be the same, and we do talk about all that stuff in our like co-host interviews every year kind of, and we like dive a little deeper one-on-one, but I'm just like, wow, this is like the time of year, beginning of the year, good time to set new intentions. Also, week of love, and anytime we do like a big push with guests, a lot of new faces come around and a lot of people listen to us for the first time. And I think it'd be so nice for us to just really set the scene for everyone and I don't know, everyone just get to know us again or for the first time. So, yeah, I don't really know
Yeah.
exactly what we're going to say about ourselves, but hey. That's the chaos. That's the way likewise goes.
Real. It's about whatever we want. If you listen to episode one, you'll hear that. No, okay. I have this like memory of when we first posted and we first like when we put out the first episode, and I had someone from like a couple of my classes. He DM'd me. He's like, oh my gosh, wait, that's so cool. And then he like listened to it. He goes, curling milk jugs. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think about that so much because I was just talking about how like I don't work out, I don't go to the gym, but like milk, like I'm a milk drinker. So I would like curl the gallons of milk or something sometimes when I'm like carrying them from the store. And I'm like, that is so cringe, but also that's hilarious. And guys, if you want to know, I don't still do that, but sometimes I do. I don't know. Not like intentionally, but like anyways, I still get milk. I love milk. That has not changed. Sorry.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I I know that I would like to listen to an updated version of an intro about us. So, um, but obviously we love our roots, we love where we started, and yes, but we are here to be your new favorite podcast and your new favorite podcast hosts. So we need to have a little meet cute if you're new here and like I don't know, like obviously your real meet cute with us is whatever the like your first likewise episode was, you know? Um and maybe this is it, but I feel like it's probably a different one and then you are here to learn more about us. So, yeah.
Yes. So a little bit about us, a little bit about Likewise is Sam and I really don't know how or when we exactly became friends. Like we joined the same sorority and so like that's how we met. We didn't run in like the same circles in the sorority, but she was the secretary our freshman year, sophomore year, no, freshman year sophomore. Yeah. Anyways, she was
Oh,
secretary, and so like she did like attendance stuff, and so she knew everyone, and everyone knew her. So like we knew each other, but we didn't like know each other. And then my sophomore year, I lived in the house with someone who was in her friend group, and so I infiltrated the friend group and got in there, and then we got close, and then one day we're just like to make a long story short, one day we're just like, what if we like start a podcast just to record our conversations and have people listen? We thought we were so like philosophical and so funny. We're like, oh my gosh, everyone would want to hear our conversations. No one's ever trying to listen to our conversations
right. Like there was
except
it was just you and I yapping for hours. Like
yeah. Oh yeah. So that's also a big part of it. Is like so I got my belly button pierced freshman year. She got hers pierced sophomore year. And so like living in the house together, like I'd run into her and she's like soaking her belly button piercing, like cleaning it or whatever you're supposed to do, like for the while it's healing and stuff, right? And then she'd be like, "Oh, you want to come to my room and like we keep talking?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then she's like, "Oh, do you think it's been like 20 minutes yet?" And I look at my phone and it's literally been like 2, 3 hours. And we're like, "Oh, yeah, you could have been done soaking by now." That
uh,
was yeah.
it's so funny. Yeah, lots of random shared interests. Not belly button piercing being a shared interest. I don't even have mine anymore.
Drama, drama.
But yeah, we just had like a lot of random like niche shared interests that we bonded over. Um like even things that like our friends didn't relate to, you know, like we were some of the only people in our friend group who liked certain music artists or like things like that. So we just like
Shout out the 1975.
shout out the 1975. So then we just talk about that all the time and yeah, the rest is history. I told like this, I know you said long story short, but I told like this story one time because like it hit me one day. I remembered like I had no idea what we were doing the night that we like recorded the podcast for the first time or like we're starting it. But I remembered that two of our friends went on like a double date together. And while we were then left at the house alone, we were like, we're gonna record episode one. Like it was like that was how it started. And we've said a million times that episode that never went anywhere because it was bad. We stopped like halfway through. We knew it was bad in the moment. We were like, we actually need a lot more planning for this. Um, but that's just so funny that that was what finally made us like try to do it. Um, but yeah. Oh, likewise, lore. So cute.
Likewise, lore. Yes, that was, oh my gosh, it's so funny. And so it's always so funny when like we pop up in each other's like memories and stuff because like, oh my gosh, didn't realize you were there.
Oh, we just had one recently that was like from before we were friends. It was like something from freshman year, like Halloween time freshman year. I didn't even know at that point we had ever had a conversation. And we were like at the same place. This like iconic memory. Like we both kind of started talking about it. We're like, wait, you were there? Like you have that same memory? And we like dove deep in our Snapchats to find it, be like, what day was it? And then like I was like in one of your videos or something. And so it's just funny to like find those moments like, hey, we weren't even friends yet. But like not friends, but you know, we
Yeah,
weren't
this is not an enemies to friends situation. It's just a not friends,
like a
a strangers to friends
stranger.
situation. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It is so funny. But yeah, it just happened. We clicked. We were a great friend match, I guess, and it just took off. And then obviously COVID happened and gave us a lot of time to figure out the podcast and how recording even works. And so that just gave us insight into how to do this like long distance. Like it's always been Zoom, FaceTime, everything. So very
Hmm. I know, I think it's so funny because I actually had a friend the other day. She goes, like she was talking, she's like, wait, you were in like where were you the other week? I was like, oh yeah, I went to Arizona for a thing. And she goes, oh, right, like that was with your friend that you do likewise with. I was like, oh my gosh, stress. But also I was like, yeah, like because she lives in Nebraska right now, blah blah blah. And she goes, wait, she's in Nebraska? I thought, oh my gosh, wait, so you do like your podcast like virtually? I was like, yeah, we like actually started during COVID. So honestly, it set us up for success in the long run.
yeah,
And I just think it's so funny to think about the fact that like we're so comfortable doing it over a screen, but then doing it in person, we're like, oh, how do we do this?
so awkward. Gotten better, but it's like you forget how to do it because you're so used to talking like at a screen or like looking at each other that way. And then like the logistics of having your own mic and your own setup and all this stuff to then like trying to be in the same room as someone, very difficult. Um, but yeah, so we learned a lot of good, fun, techie skills back then. And um yeah, just got like comfortable with it and just figured it out along the way. And have done so many fun topics and things and just our niche now. I mean, we didn't really have one then, obviously, whatever we want, but like our interests and kind of styles of topics and things we do in episodes have just like grown and shifted and changed so much with us, which is nice. But there's certain things that have never left. Like we've done Roses and Thorns and Song of the Week since the beginning. So that's awesome. Song of the Week, I actually don't remember if that was in like episode one or if like that,
It came a few weeks later,
yeah, I think
but
it,
it's basically since the beginning.
but yeah, like all of this stuff is the same and it's so likewise to the core and it will never leave. So that's exciting. Oh, okay, it leaves sometimes
Drama.
to Roses and Thorns during Podmas.
Yikes.
I feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That and like honestly, our music taste has stayed the same. It's evolved a little bit, but still One Direction, still 1975, still Ban Camino, Five Sauce to the core. Um, clearly, if you read me for you, you'll know that. Oh my gosh, also something so funny. When we were in Arizona the last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I don't know. Oh my gosh. So long. Last weekend. Wow. Or the weekend before that. Anyways, um we did a deep dive on our Wattpads.
It was so
That was so funny. If you don't know what Wattpad is, it's just it's a place where people can like publish stories. And what did we read? I didn't read like actual I didn't read anything that could be considered like fine literature. I just read fanfic.
right.
Harry Styles and Luke Hemmings mostly, but apparently there was some Louis and Niall in there.
That's so funny. We looked at mine. Mine was only Cody Simpson, and then I had like two books I read that were like they were fan fiction-y like vibes, like typical like, but they were just not actual fan fiction. They were like regular romance like books. One of them might have actually gotten like published, but
Yeah. So if any of you have ever heard of After by Anna Todd, like or the movies After We Collided, after uh all the other ones, yeah, those were originally published on Wattpad and I read them as they were coming out. Actually, I caught up during book three and I've read them many times since. And I've convinced other people to read them. Like I convinced my roommate in college to read them. So funny.
and an event. Actually, I've never
And
read.
yeah, Anna Todd, and she's gonna be at RomanceCon this year, so like full circle.
Is oh my gosh, speaking of Romance Con, I guess that's a good segue into one of the ways likewise has like grown and changed. Like back when we started, like we were not bookish. Like I wasn't really reading for funsies. Issa was a little bit like maybe no, it was the year after, I guess. But like we weren't really like reader girls at the time. Um, but just the more things went on, and when we became reader girls, we were like, wow, we keep accidentally talking about books all the time for like the first 20 minutes of the podcast, like what we're reading, books we finished, or like all this stuff. And so we just came to a point where we're like, let's do some more like solely bookish episodes so we stopped talking about books every week or whatever. So we did that a couple times and then we were like, let's like lean into this even harder. Like we've had to find a balance because we want to stay very lifestyle and we don't want to like, I don't know, isolate our listeners who you know, don't read, like we want it to be a valuable experience for everyone and like fun for everybody. So we have kind of split it up a bunch. We've kept a balance of regular topics, regular life stuff, but um the people know what they love and the people really like the book stuff and we do too. Um so we still do both and we have a lot of fun with both and just the more we talked about books and just kind of grew our community on Instagram with people in the bookish space, we made a lot of friends, like more friends than we ever did just being in like the podcast space. Like we do have a great handful of podcast friends, but also like once we started making bookish friends, like we were like, wow, we've never had like online friends like this before. And they were so genuine and everything. And so that's then how we started having a lot of indie authors on as guests because we made such great friends. Um, and that's like really changed. I'm like thinking back before, like we would do guests and things every once in a while. Um, there was people who did different things, cool things, were just our friends or. And now it's like, wow, we have like all these authors on and it's so cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, if you like a little interview with an author behind the scenes into their process, we've got a lot of that. So.
Yeah. And I think it's really, really cool because like we have reached out to a lot of people and had them on, but in the past year, like in the past 6 months, like a lot of people have reached out to us being like, hey, if you ever want a guest, like I would love to do it. And we're like, oh my God. Like literally, as soon as we get a DM and someone says that, we send it to each other and we're like, oh my gosh, this person wants to be on. That's wow. Like so never in our wildest dreams, like did we ever think like that would happen. But it's so fun and so exciting every single time. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to like get every person that has reached out on, or like it feels like it wouldn't be a natural fit or like whatever. And it's like, no, okay, like yes, we're here to chase clout. So if you have a trending topic, let us know and we'll do it. But also we've started trends anyways. JK, we're not chasing clout. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
Clap, clap, the fun. But like we haven't been able to have every guest who's wanted to be on, and we haven't been able to have every guest that we want to have on. And so while it is disappointing, it's still like so fun knowing like, oh, even if this person doesn't respond, or even if this person like feels like it's not a right fit for them, or if this person like just doesn't want to, like it's still such a rewarding experience, like making this connection. Um, and yeah, like we've had like some big names in the book community on some way, somehow, by the grace of God. And I'm just like so in awe of it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I forget about the fact that we've had a conversation with so and so. And I just like remember it sometimes. I'm like, I need to like, I don't even know. It's just it's I feel okay, this is gonna sound so weird and so like narcissistic, but I feel almost like in awe of myself, just like, wow, you said like you did this. I mean, like we did this, but I'm like, I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be talking to a person of that caliber. So I'm like, wow, this has not been all for naught. Like, I don't know. It's just it's so much fun.
Yes, very relatable. Um, and we, I don't know, I think that's something that's so like authentic about what we do and just everything that is likewise. And something we like prioritize and value is like I said, keeping the balance. Like we like to keep our trending lifestyle topics, do bookish stuff, do episodes on our own. Like we'll do our solo mini-sodes, like without each other. We like to have a good balance of episodes that are just me and Issa because that is like what we are. Like we never started the podcast to be like guest every episode. Like we were not an interviewing podcast. And but we do love to interview. So like we love to have guests on. We love to get in people's minds and it is a lot of our favorite episodes. But at the end of the day, like likewise is us, the two of us, like having a podcast together and us talking. And so um we like we didn't want to like shift so completely and just like reduce it to just being interviewing other people only. Um, so I think that's what's hard too with like if people reach out or we reach out and we just have to really be intentional with scheduling guests and doing like special things for the podcast because we want to keep it very real and authentic and do um our own content too and just like have cool conversations.
Yeah, which is it's oh my gosh, no, it's truly such a pleasure to be able to do it. And like we've not to toot our own horn, but toot toot. Like people have like complimented us, be like, wow, like this is honestly so impressive. Like say that like our structure and organization with it is really good, and that I don't know, like we had one of our friends from college on, and she like before we recorded, she's like, no, I showed my mom like the document and she was really impressed with it too. And like that has stuck with me like past 3 years or 4 years or however long it's been since we talked to her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that makes me feel so good. Um, and like we were just 21, 22, however old, and now 24, 25. We're like, oh, so we've only gotten better, at least I hope. But yeah, it's definitely like it's yeah, this whole experience with it has been so rewarding and so like it's such a privilege. And to be able to do it with like best friend, creative partner, and everything, like makes it so much easier, truly. Especially I know that they say that like if you don't fight with your friends, then you're not really friends, but we really don't fight. Like we just have like if we don't agree on something, we just like discuss it and we come to a compromise, or we just go with one person's way and we're chilling.
Mhm.
So I don't
And
know.
honestly, a big part of that is like I'm not confrontational like at all. Like I do not fight with like anyone. And I know some people say that's like not healthy, but I mean I have productive conversations, so like that's good. But um yeah, like I never want to fight. Like,
Real.
like that just doesn't make me feel good. And so like we have our ways of like voicing our opinions and I think like they're fine. I'm also like I love to compromise and I know that I'm so zany and I have wild ideas and I we say every idea that we have from the top of our head like the second we have it And so we know that we're not that serious about any idea we put out. Like everything, we're always just like, but we could do anything else. Like anything else is fine. Like we can table that. Like, actually, I realized that's a bad idea. So we're just so comfortable with like throwing things out and just seeing how it goes. So, um, yeah, super fun. I feel like we've just grown so much from doing the podcast and like our ability to like talk to other people and yeah, like come up with questions and like interview people, interview each other. Um, just like the communication side is pretty cool. Or, like we've gotten out of our shells, because we're like when we went to Romance Con and things like we were so introverted or all, all this stuff like we don't market ourselves in public a lot. Like of course, yeah, we're on social media and stuff, but we there is still like this comfort zone we stay in when it comes to like word of mouth and really talking about the podcast. So, but we have come a long way. And we've just, yeah, we've grown so much and our goals have changed so much. Like they change every year so much. Um, so it's like really fun to just follow along the creative adventure. Um, and it is like just very true to what we say we are. Like we're two friends navigating their 20s and all the chaos that comes from that. Post grad has been a huge thing for us and just navigating friendships and ideas and business adventures. That sounds so funny. But like, just trying to like start things and balance that with real life and family, friends, jobs, everything. And I think we've connected with great people along the way who are doing similar things. And we're no experts by any means, but I think we offer some really great insight and um I don't know, just it could be relatable to other people trying to do the same thing or just wanting to do the same thing or just feeling the same way as us. Like, I think we have a very relatable space for other people, like in their 20s, just figuring things out.
Yeah. Um, and it's just so funny, like seeing the people that really are in our corner because you don't know. I don't like sharing about the things I do because I'm stressed about what people are gonna think about it. Wow, what a typical type three. Um, oh well, but yeah, finally started posting about the book on my main. So scary, so stressed because now people I know in real life are gonna see that and have made comments about it. I'm like, oh great. But like really just seeing the people like respond and be like, wait, you wrote a book? That's so cool. Like, tell me about the publishing process. Like, instead of, oh, yeah, tell me about the book, because that's my worst fear. But them saying, like, no, tell me about like what it was like to write it or getting the ideas for it or like the publishing process or just the creativity behind it. I'm like, see, that's what I don't mind talking about. It's like the actual like thing itself. I'm like, no, please don't talk to me about that. But it's been it's been so fun and like getting texts from people be like, hey, I saw this come up on my feed and I just want to let you know, like, so proud of you. Like, this is so, so cool that you guys are doing this. And like, I can't wait to read it or can't wait to listen to it or like whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, that's the nicest thing ever. And then my words of self just get so emotional. I'm like, dang, I should have been talking to people about this sooner because I'm really like, I'm the only one in my way about this. I'm the only one who really cares that much. But yeah, so it's so fun. And like, again, just having Sam, having you there with me through it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier and so much sweeter than doing it by myself. And I'm like, dang, I really don't know if I probably could write a book by myself, but I'm like, I don't want to. Sorry, no, oh my gosh. That sounds so bad because you're writing a I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like I mean for Issa. I mean for me personally.
That's so funny. No, like it's just like it is so easy to just like have like a guaranteed other person that you can always like talk to about it and like who understands it and like can share that brain almost. So, um yeah, it's definitely easier to do it together. Or
Yeah.
like I don't know, it just
And
feels less
it's
vulnerable.
oh sorry, oh my gosh, I'm cutting you off. Freaking Zoom lag. Um, it's so funny because like the circles that we're in now are very different. Like you are surrounded by other creatives. Maybe not like surrounded, but like you have other creatives like in your life and stuff. Whereas like there's like nothing. I'm like my circle here is very much STEM or like mental health services or just regular health services and STEM stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, shoot, I'm really, really behind, or like I don't know what I'm doing. And all these people are like doing their lives and doing crazy cool stuff. And here I am. I'm writing a YA book. I have a podcast. I volunteer and do this stuff at my church. But then like when I take a step back and look at it, I'm like, no, actually, like it's just a very different world from what others are doing, and I shouldn't be letting that take away from my experience with them because I honestly I love everything that I'm doing right now, like which is so fun. And not to like make this all about me, but it's so funny being like even though I'm not a solo creative, like I'm in a partnership with this, it almost feels like it just because we're like so far away and we only do this like virtually right now. So
Mhm.
it's like it's fun and exciting, but also it's like so scary because I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are gonna judge me, or like, oh my gosh, like they don't get it, or when really I'm the only one thinking about that.
Right. Yeah, like it's just so much fun and like just realizing like, hey, we're doing what we enjoy. We're like having fun and we're putting ourselves out there and like that's what stops so many people. Like you will miss out on everything you don't try to do that you want to do. And like the amount of people who are like, wow, that's so cool. I can't believe like you wrote a book, all this stuff. I'm like, it takes you out of it for a minute and you're like, wait, yeah, actually that is so cool because like sometimes, like we get ourselves in this like online community where we're constantly surrounded by all these other authors too. And so like there's like days that go by where I just think like everybody's doing this. Like everybody's writing. Like everyone's finishing a draft. Everyone's working on edits. Everyone's doing this. And then like I someone who's not doing anything like that at all is like that's crazy. Like that's so much work. Like that's something to be so proud of and all this stuff. I'm like, wow. Yeah, actually, you're right. And so it's just nice to have like that balance with the people you surround yourself with and like hear that sometimes, you know.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, sorry. I feel like I've just kept drawing it back to that and like being creative and stuff, which is a really big part of who we both are. And not just like what we do, but like who we are. I feel like is like creatives to the core, which is hard for me to like actually say because I'm like, I'm not really creative, or like I do like the logistical stuff of what we do, but and I'm like, no, actually, there's the creative core. But it's just it's fun to talk about. But yeah, so that's a little bit of us, a lot bit of us in that in the creative sphere. But yeah, I don't know. Other random projects we have is just anything, everything we can get our hands on. And then we're like, actually, we don't want to do this. And then we stop.
Yeah. We call ourselves like hobby collectors because we just
And
like
give me a good hobby.
leave them and decide to do things. And luckily, the book was not one of those things because, like, that would have been even more embarrassing. Like, to like start, like, I don't know, like if we had said we're doing it and then we just stopped, obviously people would understand. But, like, starting another podcast and then, like, letting it die was fine. Because
After two episodes.
also, like, it's not like anybody was telling us that they were, like, so excited for it and, like, we're like following it so closely. Whereas like now we're doing things with this immense support system. So like there's people who are not gonna let us just stop.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, like they'd be like, yeah, you take the time you need. But then after a while, they'd be like, okay, so when are you gonna do this? When is because after I don't know, Sam and I are both very much like, oh, if we don't do something right now, well, I'm very much if I don't do something right now, I'm just not gonna do it. So I need someone to like kind of be under my butt and be like, no, Issa, you need to do this. Like, yeah, you can have a little period of time of not doing, but then you need to get doing. And I'm like, you so right.
It's funny.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's definitely been so sweet having the support system and like not just like one core group of friends, but like so many people from so many different circles. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we actually, even though we've never met in real life, like I genuinely consider you a friend, which I don't think we've ever really felt like
Yeah,
from having a podcast before we got into like the bookish space. Wow,
yeah,
so going back to the bookish space.
totally. That's so true. And like that's how I want to like put it into words, you know? It's just like there's so many people now that like we just have such close friendships with that we hadn't experienced really before in the space. So that's just so nice. And we're all about connection and friendships and all this stuff. And obviously, at the end of the day, we want people listening to feel like they're just hanging out with their friends and catching up and like doing all that stuff and being almost feeling like you're part of the conversation and not just listening to us have a conversation. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also always been something that has been a goal of ours is like we want it to sound like we're having a conversation, but also something that like people are listening to and feel like they're like kind of part of and not just like overhearing a conversation going on. Um, and I mean, from what people have told us, it sounds like what we aim for, but I don't know, maybe people aren't telling us that it does just sound like something they're overhearing. I don't know. Guys, let us know in the comments below. JK.
We've also had people have told us that we have like really fun, like playful banter, which is fun. And obviously not in like a romance book kind of way, but in
Ooh, Love Island who?
just we have like little those like quippy moments or like just our personalities come through and maybe they aren't right now, I don't know. But like when we're like really diving in on a topic or all this kind of stuff, like we kind of have our different like humor or things we say or um yeah, like we'll like poke fun at things that the other person says or does or whatever and like it's just really funny. And like I used to not think that I was necessarily funny. But like the more things we do, like when we do stuff, I'm like, wow, we're really funny. And like reading back the book, I'm like, oh, we're really funny. Um, and so it's just been like fun to like doing episodes and things and just laughing and other people actually thinking it's funny too. So
Yeah, other people telling us that they actually laugh at things we say, or I guess now things we write. We're like, yes, thank you. That was not necessarily the intention, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
yes. But yeah, if you want to
I
follow
think you're really
along.
funny.
Oh, thanks. No, I think part of it is like um oh my gosh, I glitched for a second. But I was just thinking about how like I always like for a long time I was like, wow, like Issa's just so funny. Like I've always thought you're so funny and you make like a lot of like the actual like more like clever like jokes or like things or like I feel like there's so many things in the book that like you wrote in that are the funniest thing ever to me. And so I think that's like glad to know we both think the other person's funny. But
Oh,
also, I'm like, I don't know, there's not that many people that make me laugh harder, obviously. So, but it's because I guess because we also laugh at the stupidest things.
yeah, it's so true. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's also a toxic trait of mine is like I say it jokingly, but I genuinely think I'm really funny, but then it doesn't happen in real life. So okay, actually, toxic trait is I just think I would be really good at most things. I'm like, oh yeah, NFL kicker, I could do that.
Honestly, but like, yeah, like probably. Like every time I've seen like a soccer player do like kicking, like it's good. So,
Yeah, like I remember in I remember in seventh grade we were doing like free time during PE or something. I don't know. And then someone brought out a football and I like jokingly kicked it. Not like joking, like joke, yeah. And from like 25 yards out or something. And then I don't know, the LP teacher, here's the football coach. He's like, you should come out for football next year. It's like, haha, maybe. And then I didn't because I was like, I don't want to be the only girl. But then there was a girl on the team. I was like, oh, dang, I should have. So, anyways, guys, when should I go for the NFL Combine?
yeah,
Or should I just try to walk on?
I think that's a good option.
Okay, me too. Oh, we got that out of the way.
But yes, Honestly, if I had to think of like random words to describe like the podcast and just likewise, I feel like that's like kind of fun. I just think like, girlhood,
Yeah.
nostalgia, mm, fun. Yeah, like it's just like it's a journey. It's like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I think my words, it's just so embarrassing. Um, it's not, but a little bit. Music, podcast, party. And I'm just like, wow, yeah, that's it.
Music podcast party, except the party is like just us.
Just us in our bedrooms, halfway across the country. Um, and then what do we do after we get off the call? Uh, eat some dinner, lay in bed for a little bit, read a book, watch some TV. Oh my gosh, there's a new Traders tonight. Sorry.
Yes, I think I honestly, you know what? I should watch it tonight. I
Ooh, that's a party. I just watched last week's this morning because I forgot about it.
should watch it on the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and we love pop culture. Like we talk about shows, we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
We, but
Ooh, okay. Spotlight time. Um, shoot, I have to think of one for myself too. What is a a fun Sam fact?
mm, okay, I'll go with like just like things that I think were like core hobbies or like things I did growing up that I think like I don't know played a big role in me being the person I am or whatever.
That's good.
Which some of them are things that I randomly learned that like my friends just do not know about. And I'm like, that's crazy because I feel like I would talk about it all the time, like, and everybody should know this. But like my whole life growing up, I took piano lessons and was a dancer, like ballet mostly, but tap, jazz, hip hop, modern, everything. And so that was just like my whole life as a child and adolescent and everything. And so that was where a lot of my music appreciation comes from and why I love music and art and creativity because that's like where I did it the most. But yeah, recently one of my friends was like, "Wait, you play piano?" Like, and I was just like, "Wait, girl, you don't know I have one behind me?" Like it was just so crazy. Um, and I'm left-handed. I don't know, I think that's part of that. Like,
That's definitely part of that.
um and I don't have an appendix. That's my other fun fact.
Oh my gosh, I forget that every time. And then I learn that I'm like, oh my gosh,
That
she's so right.
experience was that it exploded.
Like I
So,
just learned it again when we were in Arizona. And I already forgot. I was like, oh, what? Yeah, you don't have an appendix.
yeah. Oh, it was a life-changing experience for sure.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Uh, uh, um, yeah, so I feel like mine are anyone could tell this from like a mile away. I grew up playing soccer from the ages of 3 to 18. So that was like my one constant, like my whole life and stuff. So that's like very much a huge part of who I am. Um, and then okay, this is like really random, but when I was thinking about it more while you were explaining, I was like, wait, actually, kind of this explains a lot. One time in high school, one of my friends and I, we skipped half a day of class or of school, I guess. Like we got out before lunch and didn't go back because we were going to South Center Mall to meet Charlie Puth. And I'm like, that's just random. But then like the more I think about it, I'm like, no, actually, I'm very much the type of person I'm like, oh, an experience. Let's let me opportunity cost what's going on right now, and I'll just go do this instead. Um, Throwback to when we drove across the state after my exam, bought tickets day of instead of earlier in the week when we knew we were gonna go. Um, drove drove home after my freaking 10, 11 o'clock exam, got to free parking, so close, and then got in line 10 minutes before doors for the Band Camino in 2022.
Yeah. It
Um,
was wild. It was
on
so
April Fool's Day of all days. That's
all
so
day.
funny.
And like that is still just so us, like last minute, like chaotic trips to do things. Like I very much still, or like why do we buy concert tickets like in other states and just decide to like go? Or like
Yeah, we need to decide who we're seeing this year and where.
um so fun fact, okay, I haven't decided on that part exactly yet, but I did just do an impulse decision of a related thing. And yesterday I bought um tickets to see Jake Shane in Kansas City on my birthday.
I thought you were going to say the driver era because they're in Seattle on my sister's birthday, and then they're in Portland on your birthday.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. So I'm Jake Shane in Kansas City on my birthday, even though there's an Omaha show the next day. I love Kansas City, so like I'd rather just like go spend a weekend in Kansas City or whatever. Um, but yeah, like just doing stuff like that. And my sister was that way too. Like we've always just like gone and done like wild experiences, and so I think that's just stuck. Um, Yeah, but it's so fun to just travel and do all that. I guess my other like fun fact or just things like to know about me, I guess, is that I love fashion. Um, it's been my passion since I was like 15. I mean, before that, I was super into it too. Just I loved like kind of the costume side before, and then got into more just like regular like appreciation for like high fashion and things. So then that's what I went to school for, and now work in full time like fashion stuff. But like it's changed much. So now I work in influencer marketing, but like I'm still working in fashion. But
Yeah.
um yeah, so that's my life and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess another thing that is like it's so funny because it's like simultaneously like a huge part of who I am, but also like so small. Is that I'm a quarter Mexican, guys. Like it's like really big just like culturally and just like how my family kind of operates, but it's so fun because like I'm Mexican on my dad's side and my mom is white as can be. And she makes some of the best Mexican food, guys. I kid you not. And I don't know, just like a lot of the values there have shaped me and just so it's really fun. But then it's also like so like such a small part of me because when people look at me, they don't go, "Oh yeah, ethnic." So, but yeah, like my name Isabella, it only has one L for that reason. Um, go by Isa, not Bella. That's so gross. It's great for others, not for me. Mm. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. Coming up with fun facts about yourself is so hard. I
It's
can't
so
come up with fun facts about you.
that's why like mine are always just like okay, left-handed, no appendix, I danced or piano or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like this thing. I mean, we already said we were in the same sorority, so yay.
Yeah, sorority girls, which I feel like people would not guess about me. And so I don't know. I just
Um,
feel like I don't give off a sorority girl. I wish I did because I love being a sorority girl. Sorority woman, sorry.
I know, I think about that all the time because like obviously like I still do advising and stuff now and I'm always like, hey girls or like all this stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to stop. But it's just fun.
I'm a
I'm such a hey girl person. Not in like the weird way.
yeah, no, not in like the
Not,
weird
like I'm
way.
not hey girly DMing people, but
Nah. But also I just call girls girlies. I'm like, hey girly, but not in like the hey girly way, but just in the hey girly, how's it
Mhm.
going way.
Yes, exactly. But
But
yeah, wow, that's basically everything anybody ever needs to know about us.
yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. But I'm sure we gave you more than you wanted or cared for.
Right. Honestly, maybe go listen to episode 1
Or
from
maybe we didn't give you anything you wanted. You're like, okay, but what about this? You just talked about your dang book again.
just wanted to hang out and give you a glimpse into our minds and our lives and the things to expect from us always.
Yeah. Okay. Um, that's so funny. Yeah, I have no idea what we talked about in our very first episode. Maybe I should go listen and be like cringe, but it'll be fun. Um, but yeah, if that's all we've got, then we'll end the episode the only way we know how with Song of the Week, which again, we've had since basically the beginning. So fun. So Sam, what is your Song of the Week?
My song of the week is Communicating by Bad Sons, their new single, and it's so good. I sent it to Issa earlier today and I was like, I'm levitating. Like that was just like my reaction. It's just so good. I love them and I'm just so excited for new music.
Yes. I was literally awake last night when it came out, and so I don't know, like I saw them post about it, and I was like, nice. And so I don't know why I didn't listen to it. I'm like, that's so fake of me. My song of the week is 30 by Zach Hood. Guys, I've just been in a Zach Hood mood the past couple days. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's so good. Love.
Amazing.
Wow. The end of yet another episode. Our meet cute. Well, our meet long.
Eat long.
So fun though. Like it really like thinking back, the fact that we've been doing this since 2020, like kind of blows my mind. Like we've been doing this for a long time and we only kind of know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Like I still have issues every single week. And Sam has to be like, oh my gosh, again. Or wow, that's new. Nothing's ever new though.
There's always gonna be a random tech issue.
Yeah.
Bound
Yeah. But don't worry, guys, getting a new computer charger tomorrow.
to
So hopefully it'll be better. But yeah, really it's been so fun and we're so grateful for everyone who's stuck around this long, has listened, has seen the development of Likewise and the character development of me and Sam. I don't know, maybe you think we've regressed. Let us know in the comments below, guys. Like and subscribe. No, it's truly such a joy, and this is something I look forward to every week, even when I'm not necessarily feeling it, but I'm like, okay, well, I get to talk to Sam, so at least there's that. Um, so yeah, and to everyone who's just now joining or just recently joined or anywhere in between the beginning and now, um, so grateful for you, and yeah, DM us. We want to be friends, or send us an email, or go to our website, or I don't know. But yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at likewise underscore pod, on TikTok at likewise.pod, and then you can find all the other random links and profiles we have from there.
a lot.
It's a lot. I need to stop compartmentalizing my whole life and making different profiles for different things. But it's so
Right.
fun. It's too fun. But yeah, Sam, this was so good, so sweet. What a fun little trip down memory lane and just taking us to now. Yeah, I hope you have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.